Is that for real?
Live from Studio B at KPRC Channel 2. Houston Life starts now.
It sure does. Houston Life starts right now. How you doing? There's that laugh I know and love.
Oh, there it is. I'm
Hear it
great.
every day
How are
at 3
you?
o'clock. You know, I am doing well, folks. It feels
All
like a
things
Wednesday.
considered.
It's only a Tuesday.
It's only a Tuesday.
But it is September 15th, and we are halfway through the month now. We're so glad to have you with us here at Houston Life, 3 o'clock and 43 seconds. Why are you laughing?
You are just cracking me up
I'm
today.
a little discombobulated today. But what is new, folks, right?
I mean, it's okay. I woke up and I thought today was Thursday. I was having some whacked out dreams last night.
Brandon, too. He's been...
Really?
Yeah, he had a dream he was in a hostage situation.
Oh, really?
I just really brought the mood down, didn't I?
You did.
Sorry, did you have a better dream? What was it? Tell me all about it. What happened?
I don't remember it. So we're watching the show. I don't remember it, but I remember waking up. I don't remember the details. You know what I'm saying? I woke up and I was frazzled, I was running, and it was all kinds of craziness happening. And then I realized, oh, it's Thursday. I gotta go back to bed. And when I woke up, no, it's not Thursday. It's only Tuesday.
Were you dreaming about like boozy Slurpees?
I guess.
Boozy popsicles.
Oh, it's gotta be boozy popsicles. Those are always a fan favorite. What?
Nothing.
What?
I had crazy dreams last night too because I think
You had a problem.
I had a little bit of a problem yesterday.
And I cannot believe I'm just now hearing about this. I'm very concerned.
Well, I posted videos last night on Instagram to show what happened. I think there's a Novocaine shortage now in Houston because all of it was used on my mouth yesterday.
Okay, can you catch us up? Should we play the video?
Oh, I think we do actually have video. You guys can leave our mics open while we play the video if you want to roll it.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to actually really talk and sound normal.
Yeah.
I've never had my entire mouth numbed out completely. It's impossible to speak.
But hey, listen, there's always wine.
Well, this was a few hours later. I couldn't eat. Guys, I didn't eat for like 24 hours.
So you're going to drink your calories then? That's
Well,
smart.
yeah. I tried the turkey baster, but that turkey baster was broken.
Maybe we should have had water instead of wine. Maybe we should have started with Gatorade or water.
It was so frustrating. Brandon was so sweet. He had made ice cream. He did a homemade like mango coconut ice cream that I couldn't eat because I was unable to use
Close
my
your mouth.
tongue or my lips. Upstairs when I got home from work, I was changing my clothes and realized my chin and my neck were completely wet.
You were like a teething baby.
Covered in drool.
Okay, why? What happened?
I can't tell you what happened because it's too long of a story, but let's just say way too much Novocaine or whatever they use.
I mean, I know Novocaine was like what we used back in the day. I think it's called the same thing. But I mean, so I had that the other day because I had a filling redone.
I didn't even know that.
And it was, I did it 8 o'clock in the morning. By the time I came here, everything was fine. A little tingly, whatever.
You didn't even mention to me.
I know,
It was like no big deal.
It was fine. But here's the thing. I've had a bad experience with Novocaine before because I got the shot and then I could feel the work. And then it just never numbed out, I guess. It never numbed the area. And they just sent me home and we tried it again. But I always remember that in the chair. But why did you have so much Novocaine? What was happening?
It's a great question. It's a painful story. And there was a little procedure that I was gonna have done on my mouth, but the equipment broke. So literally I just got numbed up for nothing.
But it sounded like over numb because it sounds like you're out of it.
It was terrible. It was really bad.
Okay.
Homemade.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to actually really talk and sound normal.
Yeah.
I've never had my entire mouth numbed out completely. It's impossible to speak.
And I was spitting too.
I don't mean to laugh, but I just cannot believe that happened. Like, how many shots do you think you got?
Here's the thing. I could not speak when I left the office, the dental office.
Right.
Literally, they were like, oh yeah, next time we can, I was like, next time?
I'm never coming back here.
Usually I call my mom on the way home. I couldn't speak, I literally could not speak for a while.
Did you feel a little out of it too? Because
Yeah,
I'm saying,
a little bit.
Okay. There's something not right there.
Yeah, I think so too. But
me to
we
give
would
them a call?
love to hear your. Please don't give them a call. I'm afraid of what you were gonna say. I do love my hygienist, Phoebe. She's fantastic. But anyway, let's change the subject.
But are you okay now? Do you have feeling?
I think I'm okay, but I did have just a little salad upstairs. It was the first thing I've had to eat in about 24 hours. So, it feels good. I think I'm on the mend, and you can only go up from here. That's what I say.
I don't
When you're having a hard day.
That is
I know, it was
it's
odd.
Tragic.
And I know I was laughing on the video, and I'm glad that I have that video proof. When you first saw this video, you thought I was faking it?
I thought, well, first of all, I didn't know what had happened, right? And then I said, no, this is a joke. You're joking with me. This didn't really happen.
It definitely 100% happened.
So hearing the full story now, clearly there was some sort of
mishap.
disconnect. There wasn't proper procedure that was followed.
I don't know what happened. but
People
it won't
are
happen
freaked
again.
out anyway to go to the dentist.
I know, that's the thing.
So when you have a bad experience at the dentist,
It sticks with you.
it never goes away.
Do you know, to this day, I cannot eat cheese popcorn because of a bad experience I had at the dentist. I was 4 years old, and I went to the dentist, and when they were done cleaning their teeth or whatever, they handed me a cup of this delicious aqua blue juice to drink. So I was a kid. Like the person didn't say like, "Hey, swish this out and spit it out." I was not given those instructions. So they handed me some fluoride mouthwash, and they were like, "Here you go." So 4-year-old Derek
Chugged it.
bottoms up. Wow, that tastes a little funky. And 10 minutes later, I was in the bathroom vomiting all the cheese popcorn I'd had all morning.
Oh,
I think it was
tragic story.
Isn't that awful?
Okie dokie popcorn. I love
It was
okie
something,
dokie.
someone had given us a big tin of it, I think for the
Yeah.
holidays, so we still had it. That was the first and last time I ever had cheese popcorn. And I'm sure cheese popcorn is amazing. I'm missing out on it because of a really bad dental experience I had as a kid.
Yeah.
So I'm sure years from now, I don't know, yesterday's experience will come back to haunt me.
That
I
is
know.
so tragic. The other experience that I have with the dentist, really the orthodontist, way back 100 years ago when I got my braces off. And the orthodontist told my mom, oh, well, her teeth are great. We're going to pull her second molar so when she's old enough and her wisdom teeth come in, nothing will shift. Well, that's awesome. Except now I have my wisdom teeth. And one of the four, wisdom teeth don't go all the way up. They don't go all the way through the gum. They're like halfway, right?
Depends
so
on the
I have
person, I
one
think.
wisdom tooth that's literally in the gum line. So I always have problems with it.
Because it's like a little pocket. Have you thought about getting a water pick?
I have tried everything. But let me tell you something. I have to keep that tooth because if something ever happens, then they have to pull it. They're going to have to pull all the rest of the 3 wisdom teeth because my bite will be off, and then I'm left with just my first molar. All 4 of the first, that's it.
I feel like I know
the
you
strangest
so
thing.
much better now.
I know, right? Maybe I shouldn't be sharing information about my dental situation. That's like a dental record.
Are you
isn't
kidding?
it?
I think you should. I still have a baby
Oh, I
tooth.
touched my hair. Carolyn's gonna be really mad. I'm sorry. Carolyn, I got your message. So did Derek. I'm not cutting my hair, just so you know.
Today's Tuesday. It feels like a What's Your Problem Wednesday because
we're gonna handle it.
We do get very passionate viewers, and we appreciate all of your unsolicited advice about what Courtney should do with her hair. I think your hair is perfect and beautiful the way it is.
Thank you.
And if those are extensions, they really look good.
Oh, thanks.
They really look natural. But the thing is, they're not actually extensions.
They're not.
It's not a wig. That is your real hair.
It is, and Carolyn wants me to cut it off, but I'm not going to.
Well, maybe Carolyn should cut her hair off.
We'll talk. We'll save the Carolyn story for
Who's
tomorrow,
Carolyn?
right?
I
Her
know.
name is Carolyn, right?
Thank
I mean,
you
she
so
calls
much,
every
Carolyn,
day,
for your
so-
phone calls. We do appreciate and love our viewers, even if they're less than kind to us sometimes.
I know, less than kind.
I love your Lily Pulitzer top, by the way.
Thank you.
This conversation is a disaster.
I know, but I'm so glad that you're okay now, though. The Novocaine thing, very, very scary.
I may be physically okay, but the emotional
Mental
scars.
duress.
will last for a long, long time.
This is very tragic.
It's very tragic.
I'm
But
calling them
you know what's
after
not
the show.
tragic? We actually have something really cool happening here in Houston. And I know there's always so many great things to do in town, but this is something, guys, you definitely want to take a date to or take the family to. It's amazing.
Oh, for sure. And time to add another safe and fun outdoor activity to your to-do list. We are talking about the brand new Houston Botanic Garden located near Hobby Airport.
And you know this is totally my thing, right?
And it's fantastic.
132-acre plant museum, hiking trails, water features, a family discovery center. Lauren Kelly is there now getting a sneak peek before it opens to the public on Friday. And Lauren, we're so jealous. Tell us everything.
Okay, so you guys, this used to be an old golf course. I know it like breaks a lot of guys' hearts to do something like this, but when you realize what kind of beautiful features and nature that Houston has hiding underneath, it is well worth it. Houston Botanic Gardens opens up on Friday, and I'm going to talk to the lady in charge right here. This is Claudia Vassar. She's the president and general counsel of Houston Botanic Garden, and you are all things plants. You're the right lady to talk to, so tell us about what everybody can expect out here.
Yeah, we're so excited to welcome this community to come out to the Botanic Garden. When you come, we have a couple of feature gardens, so we hope that people will come and really discover interesting plants that they may or may not have seen elsewhere. Beautiful spaces in our global collection garden, plants in our culinary garden that they can grow in their own gardens that are edible or medicinal. We have a family discovery garden that's great for the kids to explore and get curious about nature. We have a wonderful fountain garden and then a couple of natural ecosystem spaces as well, a wetlands and a prairie. So really just an oasis within the city to get outside, enjoy plants and nature, and maybe learn a little.
Now, I know when we discuss anything outdoors in Houston, people are like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die of sweat, it's so hot out. But there's so much shaded area and places to sit and relax. And this little box over here, I was so curious about it, and it's a curiosity cabin. Now, a lot of features out here we're gonna try to keep our hands off of just while things are staying safe and hygienic. But tell us about some of the other things. There's a couple of cabanas or venue type areas over here as well?
Yeah, so we're really, it was really important for us to put in some shade, as you mentioned. Yeah. So we're fortunate to be on an old golf course because there are some established trees that we could keep, which is really wonderful. We've added in these alcoves. It's the length of a football field of alcoves that have seating underneath as well for shade. Those curiosity cabinets, we're really looking forward to post-corona times when we can put in some displays. Right now we're trying to keep people from having things that they want to touch too much to, you know, help keep the pandemic under control.
Absolutely.
But lots of beautiful spaces to walk around and really enjoy being out in nature.
Now, Claudia, you guys are going to open up this weekend, but you're also going to have a different theme of a weekend with your opening season. Tell us a little bit about those different opening seasons.
Yes. So when we think about Houston's identity, a really important part of our city is our cultural diversity and our people. So we planned our garden spaces thinking about the biodiversity across the world that you can find in different plants. So our global collection garden, for example, has spaces from arid to tropical climates, and within each of those, you can find spaces that might be reflective of Asia behind me, but we also have northern Mexico, we have Africa, the Mediterranean, a lot of different spaces. So when we decided to plan our opening series, our opening season, we thought it would be really fun to celebrate the plants that have been important to each of those regions. So we'll have a celebration of Latin America first, 2 weeks later, a celebration of Asia, 2 weeks later, Africa, and 2 weeks later, the Mediterranean. So we'll be able to tell the story about different plants that have been important to different people.
I think that is so cool. I wish there was something like this when I was younger, to come out and really experience the multicultural areas of Houston and just have one big, beautiful spot to do it. Claudia, thank you so much. I know that you're keeping tickets online right now, just so you can social distance everybody while they're enjoying it. You can get your tickets online, and I put a link up at HoustonLife.tv. Can you tell us the days that you're going to be open starting on Friday?
Yep, we started open on Friday. We're open 9 to 5, 7 days a week. We will have timed entry during the pandemic in order to make sure we can control crowds and keep everybody safe. So go to the website, plan your day, plan your arrival time, stay as long as you like.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I got to point out we're both in flowers today. See? We didn't even need to do that. Houston Botanic Garden, it's magnificent. Derek and Courtney, I know you guys are going to get your green thumbs out and come out here as well.
Oh,
Back
for
to you
sure.
guys.
The whole family, and I love the idea that you just get your time on the website and go out and have a great one. This is going to be a fantastic weekend to do. I know weather is going to play. It's going to be perfect for the weekend. Lauren, thanks so much.
It looks beautiful.
And still to come, during COVID, many people have been skipping the gym and working out at home. And today we've got the ultimate fitness tip for all of your garage gym needs. Find out how you can create this sled pull yourself for 25 bucks.
Oh, sounds good to me. And coming up next, she is a local Houstonian who left her day job to get this, pursue a career in acting. And folks, she is doing it. She's working alongside Keanu Reeves. We'll chat with actress Sharon G next. Welcome back. Houston actress Sharon G is living proof that it is never too late to follow your dreams. She has shared the screen with stars like Dennis Quaid, Ben Stiller, and this summer you can catch her alongside Keanu Reeves in the new film Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Sharon G joins us now to share her journey to the big screen. Hi, Sharon. Welcome to Houston Life.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
We're so great. I know you said you grew up in not far from our studio here at KPRC, and you grew up watching the channel as well. But my
Absolutely.
word, your story is really incredible for anyone to listen to. Basically, the message of follow your dreams. You worked in New York in corporate America for 20 years.
Absolutely. I was living and working in New York City. I was at the top of my game, definitely in the rat race, climbing the corporate ladder. But there was a part of me inwardly that was just burnt out, unhappy, and there was an emptiness. And I was at a point in my life where I call it the fork in the road, where I decided to take that leap of faith. It was all or nothing. And here I am, pursuing my dream of acting and living it.
Well, and doing it so well. I understand that while you were working in corporate America, working in New York, that you would actually find time to squeeze in secretly auditions for theater roles. So
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, and how do you translate from, going from auditioning for roles in theater to appearing on the big screen?
Sure. When I was in New York City, I would secretly audition for roles in theater because Broadway was there, and at night times, during the weekends, and sometimes even during lunch, I would go and audition to keep honing my craft. And the thing about theater is that it's really big, and for film and television, it is about honing, bringing that into the camera. So a lot of what I did learn in corporate America helped actually translate a lot of my experience and into acting. So corporate America actually helped me a lot to build up the characters that I play in a lot of the films and televisions that you see me in.
And the list is really incredible, Sharon. I mean, from The Blacklist, Law and Order, SUV, Madam Secretary, and I mean, the list is on and on, but you worked alongside Dennis Quaid, Ben Stiller, Nicolas Cage. I mean, when we look back at this and see your career of where it's gone, and then you hear about this little film, I don't know, Bill and Ted Face the Music. Girl, how did this happen? Because I'm cracking up. I'm actually very excited for this film. I love the first one. It's really funny.
Thank you. Bill and Ted Face the Music, I would tell you all, and I would be frank, I auditioned not realizing that I was auditioning for this project. And it was a very mysterious audition, very unique and different from all other auditions that I was used to. It was highly competitive, and they took their time to find the right actor for each role.
Well, and clearly you have what it takes. I mean, that's very common too in Hollywood, right? If you have big celebrities attached to a project, they want to keep things under wraps. So is there anything you can tell us, Sharon, about where you will be appearing next? Because I know this summer we can see you on the big screen, but during COVID, Hollywood's been kind of shut down. Production has come to a screeching halt. So what do you have in the works?
Well, definitely, our industry was greatly affected, but we are slowly but surely coming back, the productions. And right now, I'm beginning to audition for roles throughout the Southeast, LA, and New York is slowly picking up too.
Oh, that's such good news. I mean, I know that's so great. We need to, get everyone back to working for sure. Can we talk a little bit about H-Town and how you grew up here? Because you went, besides studied business at UT Austin, you also went to DeBakey High School.
I did. I grew up in Southwest Houston, and I graduated from DeBakey High School for Health Professions. And a lot of people have said, well, how did you transition from going to this magnet school into acting? And I knew after I graduated from DeBakey that being a doctor was not necessarily the course that I wanted to go to. So I went to UT, I studied business, and it was at school. It was during my sophomore year. I needed to desperately bring up my GPA. And I took the easiest elective possible, which was Drama 101. My goal was just to bring up my GPA. And lo and behold, I flew through flying colors in that class, but I enjoyed drama so much in theater. And the acting bug bit me in college. I kept it in the back of my mind when I went up to New York to continue honing my craft.
I just wonder, Sharon, like what would 20-year-old college student Sharon make of fast forward decades later when you've had this career change and here you are on the big screen? You also have such a great story. You come from an immigrant family. I would love to know more about them and how did they react, A, when you told them you were leaving your very stable job
right?
to go into a very unstable career field, and B, what is their response now that they have seen you with this great success under your belt?
Well, coming from an immigrant family, my parents, my dad actually had one of the very first Chinese restaurants here in Houston, Texas, called Four Seas. It was right here in Southwest Houston.
You're kidding.
And when I told them, that I was going to pursue, a career in acting, I don't think they took it very well because they wanted that stability like any parent would. But I made sure to tell them that, this is the dream that I wanted to pursue and that I always, I had the backup of a business degree from UT and I knew that I could always fall back on it. But, after, pursuing the acting and, showing them, what I am doing, they're slowly but surely getting used to it. I think they're still very surprised. They're hoping, that it would be like corporate America, the stability, but they know that this is something that I want to do. And so it is something that I think it takes getting used to for immigrant families.
Sure.
But they see me occasionally on the big screen and they go, oh, wow.
Oh, it's real. She made it, right? I mean, it's that validation. I think it's fantastic. We have about a minute left, Sharon. Where can people see the movie right now? And you've got to tell us, what was it like to work with Keanu Reeves?
Oh, sure. We are on demand and in theaters right now. If you go to BillAndTed3.com, you'll see all of our on-demand sites and channels available, along with the theaters that are showing in your area. And working with Keanu Reeves, let me tell you, in the vein of Bill and Ted, it was most excellent. He is a consummate professional. Keanu reminds me of an old school gentleman. He's very chivalrous while we were on set, very polite, kind, and it was a joy and a delight to work with him.
Well, Sharon G, it has been a joy and delight to spend some time with you today. And, Courtney and I, we're not afraid of costumes and a little impromptu scene work. So once COVID is behind us, Sharon, please, please, please come visit us and we'll do a little something here in studio.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
It's been our pleasure. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Remember that Bill and Ted Face the Music is playing now on demand and in theaters. For more information, you can visit our website. Make it real easy.
All right. We will be right back.
Welcome back. Love the Texas Hill Country?
Oh, yeah.
Know the answer to that. Yes. We're teaming up with our friends at the Fredericksburg Convention and Visitor Bureau for the ultimate midweek getaway.
And the big news is you can enter right now on our website for your chance to win a 2-night midweek stay for 2 at the Inn on Barons Creek and a half-day wine tour for 2 with Majesty Tours.
Plus gift certificates to Cabernet Grill, Das Peach House, and Fredericksburg Pie Company, and 2 passes to the Pioneer Museum and the National Museum of the Pacific War.
Sounds like such a great getaway. The contest runs through September 24th, and you must be 21 to enter.
For all of the complete rules and regulations, check out our website, HoustonLife.tv.
Cheers, Courtney.
Cheers to that. Let's check in with Keith and Lauren, who's standing by with a look at the headlines for what's coming up at 4. But before we get to that, Keith Garvin hit a PR yesterday. What'd you do? 240 pounds? Was that a power clean?
Yeah, it was a clean and jerk.
Clean and jerk, my friend.
Yeah, you know, the old men we can still achieve, right?
Listen, you're not old, and that is major. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to hang with the young folks, you know, and keep things moving. So yeah, it was fun.
Hang with the young folks. They're trying to hang with you.
Right? Exactly.
There you go.
We'll see about that. Hey, a great story we have coming up. I mean, this is a story. This is one of the reasons we get into this business, because we want to help people. We want to make a difference. A fantastic follow-up to a story I first brought you last night on our newscast at 10 o'clock. A mother, her teenage son, and their 2 dogs living out of their SUV. Their financial and housing situation made even worse because of the pandemic. Well, immediately after our story aired, I mean, within minutes, I started receiving emails. Channel 2 viewers began reaching out to offer help to the family. So coming up at 4, see how the family is getting the help needed to get back on their feet.
We will definitely look forward to that. Yeah. Also, we want to talk to Frank about our forecast, and also he is tracking Hurricane Sally. Looks like a big one.
It's a well-formed storm. It's weakened a lot because it's been sitting here churning up some at least cool water. It's had a little dry air move in, but there's the center of the storm right there, as you can see. Last update was 1 o'clock, 80-mile-an-hour winds gusting to 115. It's now moving northwest at 2 miles an hour, and that track is expected to take it right across parts of the Alabama coast, maybe Florida, at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with 80-mile-an-hour winds. It continues to move right toward Georgia. It looks like it'll go across Columbus, Georgia toward Macon, and with it, a lot of heavy rain. The storm surge is going to be on the order of 4 to 7 feet, especially into Mobile Bay. You put all that water in there, and that's going to go up. It's the rainfall as that surge is coming in. That rainfall has nowhere to go. This is the American model, and the white that you see, that's 20 inches of rain, but even some light green, 25 inches of rain, so 2 feet, is not out of the question. They could see some serious flooding in Alabama and Florida, and that could well continue all the way up toward northern Georgia, 7, 8 inches of rain as they go through this. So to wrap that up, the landfall's tomorrow morning at 8, 10 to 20 inches of rain, maybe up to 30 in spots, 70 to 80-mile-an-hour winds, a 7-foot storm surge, high surf, rip currents. There's already a tornado watch for those folks there. For us, we've had a quick shower or 2 out west. We'll take a look at that coming up. And then 94 at 4, 92 at 5. It's a little warm, but you know this north wind we're getting because of Sally. Once the sun goes down, it feels pretty good. And I have a front on the way for the weekend. How about that?
We love to hear the weekend, yes.
Yes, we're looking forward to that. Frank, thank you. And finally, you know, you can rent just about anything these days, a car, a house, furniture. Now you can even rent someone else's pool. That's right, people who have backyard swimming pools are renting out their space. A closer look at the process and how the liability works if someone gets hurt. It's an interesting concept. I've actually looked into this.
Yeah. Oh,
and you can, you can actually rent it. You rent it like by the hour. Yeah. It's a pool somewhere in your neighborhood or next door neighborhood kind of thing, and you head over and swim.
We have pool
by the hour.
Yeah, pool weather pretty much throughout the year in Houston, so a lot of people are going to want to hear that.
Exactly. All right, guys.
Very interesting.
Absolutely. And Keith, check this out because we got something for your gym at home.
Okay,
let's see. Some hacks coming up. Talking about this, if you're uncomfortable stepping back into your local fitness center to get to workout in, we're sharing the ultimate resource to help you bring the weights inside your home. We're going to tell you how to make this little contraption coming up.
Welcome back. If you've been on a mission to get fit from the comfort of your home this year, you may have unfortunately come across stores with no products to buy, those empty shelves.
Everywhere, and that's because there's been a huge spike in demand on home gym equipment. But there's good news. A hidden gem near Jersey Village has exactly what you're looking for to create your own garage gym. Lee McLaren, thank you so much for joining us today from Fitness Depot, Houston. I gotta say, set the record straight, man. You've got to probably be one of the only businesses during quarantine to see an uptick. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. We're very fortunate in that regards, but in the same breath, I'm also a gym owner. So anything gained on one end was possibly lost on the other.
And that's really it. I mean, during quarantine, of course, gyms have been closed. You've been in the fitness industry for so many years here in Houston, but people are looking to still get their workouts at home, and you're basically the destination for that. How are you still getting supply in? Because everywhere else it's sold out.
having history in the industry, had a lot of relationships with various suppliers. So through the relationships, I've been able to find product that's been in the States already. Because what happened was, like you mentioned, the shortage happened, and it's twofold. You had an increase in demand, and then you had a decrease in supply, hence where we sit today, a major shortage in a lot of the free weight categories, fitness equipment, things of that nature.
Basically, your goal is to motivate everyone, regardless of the fitness level, to get up and move.
So a lot of things that you see us do is predicated around the lifestyle. Obviously, our main business is to sell the equipment, but our goal is to motivate and inspire. If I motivate and inspire enough people, they're going to come buy equipment regardless. But that's not the end goal. The end goal is to get people up and moving, because health and fitness has done so much for me.
The garage gym, that's basically what you talk about. What do we need to build a garage gym?
So what I try to do is I try to first qualify how you train. Like you came in and said you're a CrossFitter, then I'm going to put you in the right type of equipment based off of your style of training. So by qualifying your goals on the front end will help us help you on the back.
Full disclosure, I bought the kettlebell and a slam ball from you. I jumped on the opportunity because when I saw you had inventory, I thought, I gotta send my husband up there to get it. But you guys have a well-oiled machine. You get product in, you post it online, you have a pickup time, someone's loading it in my car. I mean, it's basically, quarantine, you guys are doing everything right. One thing that you really like is a sled pull. And we're gonna talk about your DIY here in just a second. You're gonna show us how to make one, but what is a sled pull and why is it such a great workout?
So the full body sled workout not only kind of keeps you safe because you're not doing some crazy handstand walks, things like that, but it keeps you safe, and it's something that you can do at all fitness levels, and you can do a lot of variety with it. Drag, pull, put a rope on it, and pull it in. So it's versatile, it's affordable, and it's durable, and that is our mantra whenever it comes to anything for the garage gym.
Okay, and you say we can make this for under 25 bucks, and it's simple, just a few materials, even at Lowe's or Home Depot. So let's take a look at your DIY.
So first thing you want to do is you want to find a tire. There's several different types of tires out there. This is going to be a standard car tire. Next is going to be a larger SUV or truck tire. And then we get into the larger big rig tires. Now, the nice thing about the tires, especially the car tire and the truck tire, is that a bumper plate fits perfectly in there. So why do we want to put a plate in there? Because we're going to load these things up for some strength training. So if we go to something like a big rig tire, then you're probably going to have to put some sort of brace in there. So today we're going to run with a car tire. Now, when we get the car tire, the next step is we're going to need some tools and a few supplies. Now, the tool we're going to need is going to be a drill to be able to drill our hole out. And we're also going to need a socket as well to tighten it all up. Now, the supplies we're going to need from a local hardware store is real simple. We need 2 washers, we need an eyelet, and a nut. So the first step is we're going to go ahead and drill out our hole into our tire. Once we drill that out, we want to put the washers on. The reason we have washers is that we don't want to pull that eyelet through. We're going to load this thing up with weights. We're going to take it on long endurance walks and drags. We want to make sure this is durable for these types of workouts. So we put a washer on the outside, we put a washer on the inside. And the last step that we're going to do to build our sled is going to be tighten it all up. Once it's tightened up, we're ready to rock by simply adding a harness or some sort of rope. Now, I love sleds because they're full body workouts. It doesn't require a ton of skill, and anybody can do it. You're essentially just walking, pulling it. Now, our sled is now built. Perfect. I can add weight to it. Even better. So now I got some different types of harness options. The first harness I'm going to use is strictly a pull type harness. Now, it's a traditional harness that's going to have the straps with a buckle. Now, this is going to allow it to stay secure around my body. And now I can simply hook onto my eyelet that I just put on. Boom. Now I can drag my weighted sled through the neighborhood wherever I may be going. Another really nice benefit of the tire is that it's quiet. Typical sleds are made out of metal. Metal on concrete is not that nice of a sound. I get it. The tire's fantastic because it doesn't make that sound. Now, we also have the option to add other different types of harnesses. Now, this type of harness is going to allow me to drag this sled. Now I'm working on the backside, getting that backside nice and strong. And then the last option is for all you strength guys out there. Maybe you're a football player. Maybe you want to do some sort of strength training. Now I can switch it to a heavy-duty harness and simply add more weight to it for more of a strength training style workout. I can drag the sled. I'm a football player. I want to work on that leg drive. This is a great option. Or I can simply pull the sled with the 2 different eyelets. Sleds are simple, easy, and effective. So, you want to build your 4-man sled, couple of supplies, tire, and a harness, and you're off to the races.
Okay, Lee, my husband is going to get this memo that he has to make this for me. I think it's something that we can all use, and I love this because it's sort of one of these things that works for everyone in your family.
Absolutely. Parents could use it. Kids could use it. It's not like we're lifting barbells in an unsafe manner. We're not jumping over things that could cause injury. So it's safe, it's effective, and it's affordable.
Well, we appreciate you. So glad that you're finding some success during this crazy time, and thanks for keeping us healthy.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You know,
And it looks like a tough workout.
it's a tough workout. He's a micro business, and like we said, it's one of those, he's a gym owner as well. So when the gym was closed, he was able to sell some equipment, and so one was helping the other. But it's great stuff to do at home, and Lee is fantastic, and he has great products. And I just recently got some more dumbbells, and for more DIY projects, nutrition tips, or even to keep up on equipment arrival, you can find a link to connect with Lee on our website. Cool stuff.
Very cool. Very nice. All right. After the break, what job seekers need to know right now to nail their next interview. We've got expert tips next. Welcome back. 2020 has presented a lot of challenges, right? And something that's definitely been more difficult to do during the pandemic is to simply find a job.
Absolutely. Impact Interview CEO Lewis Lynn is here to share his tips for navigating today's job market. Hey, Lewis, welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You know, as we're talking to you virtually, this is basically how everyone's world is, whether you are looking for a job or you have your job. You say, how do you master that virtual interview? I would imagine some of this can be very complicated for a lot of different reasons.
Absolutely. That's been the biggest story in 2020 is a lot of these interviews have moved online, and the biggest online component is Zoom. When it comes to making sure that you come across well in that Zoom interview, there's a couple things to keep in mind. Number one, the sound. To make sure that the other folks can hear you on the other side, you might want to use some headphones. You also want to check your internet connection. If you've got any problems, don't be afraid to ask the interviewer and say, hey, I think I'm having a hard time hearing you. Do you mind if we hop on the phone instead? The other thing to keep in mind is just lighting. You want to make sure that you've got a good light source in front of you and not behind you. Last thing you want to do is come across like you're interviewing from a dark closet, if you will. And then the last tip to kind of keep in mind is just all of the background distractions. I know a lot of us are sheltered in place, doing our interviews with roommates out there, and sometimes the roommates, you know, they could be walking back and fro. If it's a hot day, they might not be fully clothed. And speaking of clothes, one last thing, even though we're doing these interviews from our home virtually, it still means professional attire, absolutely. And please, I wish I didn't have to say this, but sometimes I have to remind folks, I know it's from the waist up, but please do wear pants.
Yes, yes.
What?
Isn't that funny, the world we live in today? We're telling people to put on their pants.
Well, I think that's a very boring tip, but I'll trust you, Lewis, that it's maybe more professional to wear pants. What about flexibility? Because it seems like now people need to be more flexible, knowing that maybe this job is going to be temporary. And also, what about networking during this time? Because typically when people would be going out to, I don't know, see other people in person, you can't really do that. But networking now, Lewis, is still critical, right?
Yeah. Going with your first question, the flexibility, you know, it's been a tough time. You know, Phil, my heart goes out to all the folks who've been affected economically speaking with the pandemic. And, you know, long story short, I know everyone's got their dream job, but if you need to pay the bills, you need to pay the bills. And so be open to potentially other jobs, other disciplines. And who knows, you know, when we have the economy bounce back, you know, maybe that dream job is around the corner. Speaking of networking, that's a great tip. Just because we can't meet one another at a coffee shop or at a bar doesn't mean networking is not important. You can still network with one another through virtual means, whether it's through phone or Zoom. And when it comes to networking, there's two things that I kind of keep in mind. Number one, is yes, you're trying to develop some familiarity with the other person, but the other thing is you want to create a champion, somebody to vouch for your work. And so, for example, if I'm interviewing to be, or if I'm networking for a TV producer job, one thing I might do is I might just show a quick YouTube clip and say, hey, I was so passionate about meeting you today. I actually created this segment about COVID. Do you mind if I show it to you? And that's a great way to demonstrate your work and your value.
I think what's great too is you say to practice and set up a video call maybe with a friend or somebody that you trust, that they can look at your background and kind of hear your pitch a little bit, because sometimes we can tend to be too wordy or not wordy enough.
Absolutely. And on top of that, just talking about ourselves is just so hard. I mean, just imagine if you talked about yourself at the workplace, people would think you're completely arrogant and so full of yourself. And so talking about ourselves is definitely a skill that needs to be practiced.
Okay, well, speaking of practice, Lewis, I understand that you have a little test for us. We only have a couple minutes, but you're going to do a mock interview with us. Is that right?
If you guys are game, we'll do it.
We're down.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, Derek, so here's my question for you. Welcome to the interview. What's your biggest weakness?
Oh, man.
I saved the tough ones for you.
Weakness is that maybe perhaps I'm a little too honest and forthcoming. I have a tendency to overshare, perhaps.
I like that. Very well done. Very well done. Some
Thank you.
additional tips in terms of answering the weakness question. I liked it because you're very candid. Sometimes people try to evade the question by saying, oh, come up with a fake weakness, like, oh, my biggest weakness is chocolate, or my biggest weakness is the communication skills, when clearly, let's say I'm a native English speaker. You do want to have something genuine. Perhaps one thing I might do is saying, hey, one of my biggest weaknesses is reported by my boss in my last performance review is that I can come across a little bit too blunt, that sometimes it could be offensive. And then after you share something that's genuine, what you want to do is you want to talk about what you're doing to work on that weakness. And then, of course, we want to hear the happy results and the happy ending.
Oh, okay. I'm taking notes, Lewis. I'm taking notes. Courtney's turn. We're just about out of time, about 30 seconds.
It is Courtney's turn. Courtney, you get the fun one. So if you could be any animal, what animal would you be?
Oh, a lion, of course.
Oh, right. Fantastic. So that's a fun question to kind of break the ice a little bit. And lion is fantastic. It's a great one. And what you want to do is when you name your animal, you want to sync it up with your personal brand. And so if you're trying to come across as somebody who's really courageous, lion is a perfect one to pick.
All right. Lewis Lynn, Impact Interview CEO. Thanks so much for your time and the tips.
Thank you so much, Derek and Courtney.
We appreciate it.
And you can check out the full list of Lewis's tips on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
We'll be right back. Coming up on tomorrow's show, it is Wine Club Wednesday.
What's that?
You need, listen, it's a great thing. Everything you need to know about a local winery. We were talking about Messina Hoff.
Oh, cool.
We're going to share 3 wines that honor the importance of family dynamic food and wine. I love the friends over at Messina Hoff.
And also we're going to get a special treat from making jokes on Twitter to having their own late night show on Showtime. We're going to talk to some comedians about their growing popularity and their brand new book. There they are right there on your screen. Joe Sam, I believe, is the one who did this interview, and we're looking forward to getting to know the guys.
Yeah, Deuces and Marrow, absolutely. Lots of fun stuff. And tomorrow's also What's Your Problem Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Well, wine and What's Your Problem Wednesday. And if you want to sign up for giveaways on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
I know. We'll be right back.
I think this is our What's Your Problem Wednesday music, right?
It is. It is.
In case you're a new viewer, it's where we essentially read hate mail that people send us.
But tomorrow's just going to be several voicemails from the same person. Saying the
Fix your hair, Courtney. Fix it.
We'll be right back.
I gotta get some wine.
Welcome back, everybody.
Well, that's all the time we have today. No, we actually have a minute left before we check in with Keith and Lauren ahead of Channel 2 News at 4. But cheers to you, and a reminder, go to our website, HoustonLife.tv, because you can win that midweek getaway for 2 to Fredericksburg.
All kinds of great goodies come along with this package, too. And don't forget, tomorrow is Wine Club Wednesday. Have you signed up for Wine Club?
Yeah, if you haven't, you can visit our website. We do giveaways, and we're still sort of figuring it out as we go. But the good news is wine is involved, so nothing else really matters.
It doesn't. Sometimes there's giveaways, and sometimes there's other things. And there's wine. There is definitely wine.
Other things?
Other things. But there's definitely wine. We know there is. And then tomorrow's What's Your Problem Wednesday, which I cannot wait to share with you guys.
And along with wine, we'll have some other things on the show. And some other people, too.